Hello, welcome back to It's New. Hope everybody's doing well. I don't want to see any blood on this show. That's all I'm saying, Morty. No, keep your hands to yourself.
Whoa.
Let all the bleeding be eternal. Yeah, we just want internal.
What are you talking about, blood, Barry?
There will be blood.
I'm going to be talking about AI optimization, how it's the same as traditional search, and maybe no licensing deals for you. Morty, what do you got for us?
I'm talking about how we're all wearing like solid shirts, and then like Barry's got like the white, and it just contrasts so interestingly.
My stripes.
Oh, there are stripes in there. Okay,
Yeah.
thank God there's checkered. Some things are consistent. Other things, like your average position in Search Console, might not be.
Anu?
Exact match and AI overviews get a new relationship.
And Greg.
You may have a presence or interest in some new changes to demand gen campaigns.
All right. So Nick Fox was interviewed again by Jason Howell and Jeff Jarvis. Why do I Jarvin? I'll have to fix that. And in the AI Inside podcast, he interviewed him the first time. We got all that buzz around how the web is thriving and all that other stuff from that previous interview back in May at Google I/O. And now he interviewed him again, following up on those types of questions. And two things that stood out for me in that interview, but there's a bunch of things, but two things is one, he said that optimizing for traditional search is the same. He actually said the same as doing optimization for AI search. Actually said it the other way. Optimizing for AI search is the same as doing traditional search optimization. So SEO is the same. Again, we had Googlers, multiple Googlers say this. Gary from Google, Danny Sullivan from Google said that as well. And then he said there is going to be no standard licensing agreements for publishers. He said the partnership is not us giving money to publishers to consume their content for our AI responses. The partnership is for us to figure out a way to send those publishers clicks and traffic. And we then talked about the web thriving and traffic and clicks and how that we saw all these third-party studies showing that's the opposite. You're not getting traffic. And he said, and I have some notes here, those third-party studies, the stats will vary by site. He said a lot of the third-party studies were cherry-picked and one-offs. And there's also studies that show that there's an increase in traffic to websites from AI search. I don't know what universe he's living in, but he is living in some type of universe, AI universe.
It's an alternate universe, and it's such a shame. It's a shameful thing that Google won't allow people to be within Google search and out of AI mode. It's a shameful thing, and he should be ashamed. If you're Nick, what is this guy named? Nick, Robbie, one of the two.
Nick Fox.
Anybody,
He's
Robbie
like,
over at Google, they should all be ashamed of themselves.
Shame.
Yeah. So I fixed the typo while you guys were shaming him. But it was pretty upsetting. It's like you said, Google in the antitrust documents and so forth did lay out like 5 or 6 options about how to control AI responses for publishers versus others, and they took the weakest link. So it just whatever. I mean, it's funny. You should listen to it because Jeff Jarvis, who is very pro Google, always has been, and he's a big time publisher. He's been teaching journalism in the City University of New York for 1 billion years. He is all for Google, and he lays out some interesting thoughts on that topic. So just take a look at that as well. It's a good interview. But at least he says AI optimization is the same as SEO. So that's what I got. Morty, what do you got for us?
I'm still baffled by that one, but okay. But Liz Reed had a very different message. Like they can't get themselves on the same page, which is interesting.
What do you mean?
When she did the Wall Street Journal interview, she was talking about, no, people still want to go to their podcast. They want to go here. They want to go there. There's an ecosystem outside of AI. He's like, no, AI is the ecosystem. Just interesting. Anyway, what also is interesting is that just like Barry is very consistent in that he wears checkered shirts every single day, even though you can't see the lines, your average position in Search Console might not be very consistent. Barry Schwartz over SERoundtable.com reported on this when we first saw this pattern where the average position just flatlined across Google. It jumped up and then flatlined. And Glenn Gabe noticed, hey, you know what? Maybe that's because of the number 100 thing. You're not showing up as many bot impressions, and your average rank is not counting. Then your average rank is gone. up because of that. Now we're seeing it go down to where it was before-ish, and then back up again. So what the theory that Glenn had was, the average position went back down because maybe the bots that Google's trying to prevent are actually getting through, and they're now scraping the content and going to a gazillion pages in. But now it's readjusting. So maybe Google's fighting the bots.
It's so weird. Yeah.
Bot wars.
Yeah, because it was the average position jumped significantly when that num parameter was removed, the num 100 parameter, which again, like you said, means that it's not, these bots aren't like confusing the query data and injecting fake queries and messing up your average position. But just like literally when I posted it, like I looked afterwards, I'm like, and Glenn looked afterwards, I'm like, wait, it's going back that day. So it's just weird. I don't know. Maybe it'll go back again. It's hard to say by one piece of data for one day. So maybe it'll go back again tomorrow. But I looked at 3 different charts and all 3 charts jumped back to where they were. So anyway, it's something to keep an eye on. Nice, interesting stuff there. And this whole Google Ads thing, Anu, you got to explain. It's confused me, honestly.
What, the whole exact match and AI over? Yeah, it just feels like it's one of those with the AI stuff. Yeah, Google deciding they're just gonna keep changing their minds as to how it works. So yeah, this is so what Barry is confused by is how like Tone Tran first messaged Jenny on X saying that, a while back you mentioned that a keyword in exact and in broad in the same ad group would not trigger an ad in AI overviews because the exact match would take priority over the broad match, and exact match keywords aren't eligible for AIO. And he goes, is that still the case? Jenny replied, great question. We have since updated this, and the presence of the same keyword in exact match will not prevent the broad match keyword from triggering an ad in AI overview. So yeah, I'm not sure whether that is exact match will trigger, or the fact that, if you have both exact match and broad match, you will still show in AI overviews. For me, it just sounds like they're saying we will find every way possible to show your ads in AI overviews or in our AI slot instead of just the normal ads as possible. So yeah, we're still trying to figure out really how AI Max works and whether the performance is good for you or not. So try exact match, try broad match, see which one shows.
Yeah, because back in May, she also said like this is confusing. So the tweet back in May basically said exact match or broad match keywords could be eligible to trigger an ad above or below an AI overview, but while only broad match will be eligible to trigger an ad in AI overviews. So then I thought she said that exact match back then was not able to trigger an ad in AI overviews, but same thing here. Exact match today is not able to trigger an ad in AI overviews, but the presence of the same keyword in exact match will not prevent them from broad match being triggered. So I think that's the differentiation there, I think.
Yeah, I'm not sure there's like 2 differences, because even like when in November, Ginny actually put an article out talking about like if you use like mostly phrase and exact match, what does that mean? It says that if you're using phrase or exact match, it's not necessarily going to broaden. You're not going to get too much more, impressions or high volume if you're already using phrase and exact match and that it's working well for you. So yeah, there's a whole article you wrote about it in November, which I think mostly is still valid.
Okay, Morty, you can stay asleep. Greg is up now.
All right, and Thomas Atchell over on LinkedIn had spotted a change to demand gen campaigns. In the past, you could exclude locations. That was your option of targeting by location. And now it's more aligned with a normal Google ad campaign where you will have the option to target by presence or interest. So those are people regularly in, or who've shown interest in a location, or presence. So people in or regularly in your included location. So again, if you're a travel company and you are, let's say you're a sightseeing company or something like that, you may want presence or interest in. And if you are a local business or you only service specific areas, you may want just the presence side of things. So it aligns it more with Google Ads. So nice change.
Very good. And there's some quick tidbits. One is a few weeks ago, we covered how the plus sign in the search bar was triggering and sending you to AI mode. Now it seems like there's also adding AI mode in the plus menu, which is interesting. This is spotted by Gag and Gorta. Also, Google updated their JavaScript SEO best practices documentation, saying don't try to use a no index tag rendered through JavaScript because it might not read it. So just keep that in mind. That was updated, and that's always best practices anyway. I'm not sure why they ever said you should do it. Search Console performance reports are finally caught up. So if you are wanting to do your catch up on how well you're doing in Google search, the performance reports finally, as of last night, actually caught up and no longer significantly delayed 50 plus hours. This is after 3 weeks of delays. And Google seems to be rolling out the read more links fully live in the environment in the search results after we covered it back in July. There you go. Bye.